Hey, this is M. I'm out here in San Francisco tonight, back in my old hometown, visiting my family this weekend. Thought I'd come out here and shoot some quick videos for you, add some value to your lives while I'm out here. I'm actually out here by the port of San Francisco. As you can see, the ferry building is right behind me. Over here in the Embarcadero, there's the Bay Bridge. And there is the old building I used to work in. I used to work for a Fortune 100 company, which was right there. And also used to live in this neighborhood as well. Got Justin Herman Plaza also behind me. So in tonight's coaching video, we are going to be talking about rock solid eye contact. Giving girls that you approach that rock solid eye contact that will get her attracted to you like that. And believe me when I tell you, having that rock solid eye contact is critical for getting young hot girls attracted to you like that, okay? Because one thing that I don't see a whole lot of pickup instructors, much less dating coaches out there actually teaching their students is how vital that rock solid eye contact actually is, okay? It is vital, do not kid yourself. And you might have noticed this yourself when you're in a set with a young hot girl and you're talking to her. Many times, as you're talking to her, you could be talking to her about the most mundane things. You could be talking to her about a movie you saw. You could be talking to her about her family, her brothers, her sisters, and she will be looking at you like this. And a lot of guys will make the mistake of looking away because they'll feel uncomfortable because they got this hot girl like doing this to them. And if you have not learned this stuff, if you have not had any pickup training whatsoever, you will not know what to do in this situation. And again, like I said, most guys will tend to just look away out of shyness, out of feeling nervous or insecure. They will look away. Big mistake, because that chick is actually looking to your eyes for that last minute congruence before she makes the decision to either go home with you, make out with you, get physical with you, or even have sex with you. She's looking in your eyes to make that last minute congruence check. That's what we call a little congruence check, to make sure you are that same badass guy that you presented yourself to be when you approached her. So it is very critical that you give these girls that rock solid eye contact. Now, when I say rock solid eye contact, I don't mean to look at her like and start getting socially awkward or weird on her. Okay, I don't mean that at all. I mean to just continue to give her that rock solid eye contact back where she can look in your eyes, she doesn't see any flinching or any dilation, and she can see that authenticity coming from you, that congruence, that confidence, that self-assuredness, okay? That's what she's looking for. But obviously when she looks away, it's okay to look away, all right? You don't have to continue like, trying to look into her eyes. Only when she's looking in your eyes, you want to give her that rock solid eye contact. You want to show her that you have social awareness. You want to show her that you have that social pinging and you're not a complete retard where you're like, you're not doing that. So we're going to dive more into it in tonight's coaching video, and I've got a little treat for you. Tonight's coaching video is going to be taken directly from my monthly coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery. And I've been uploading a whole lot of videos lately from my actual monthly coaching program, Mastery, because I want you guys to really see what I've got in there, what I'm teaching guys in there, and the value that I'm giving to my students in my coaching program. I want you to see what it's about so you can jump in there too, and you can see for yourself how valuable it is. And right now, you can get in for just $1. I pitched it a million times before, but seriously guys, it's just $1. Okay, this is probably the best deal that you're ever gonna get in your life in exchange for pickup and coaching lessons where you learn tips, tricks, and techniques from a guy who's been doing this his entire adult life. I've been a pickup instructor for almost 2 decades now. I've been in the game for over 2 decades. I've approached thousands and thousands of young hot girls. I know what I'm doing. I know what to say in set. I know what to do in set, and that's what I'm teaching you how to do in my monthly coaching program. So if you have not yet signed up for my monthly coaching program, Mastery, you want to jump in there right now while you still can, while you can still get in for just $1, $1. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box, take you right over to my website where you can get signed up for just $1. It only takes 2 seconds. Do it now. Don't wait. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until I already take it down. Don't wait until the next time you see that young hot girl walk by you and you can't do anything about it because you have no knowledge of what to do or say. Be proactive. Take advantage of what I'm giving you now. Take advantage of the $1 coaching that I'm offering you right now. Okay, that is a full month of coaching lessons that I'm offering you for $1. Okay, $1 freaking dollar. You got to be kidding me if you can't do this. Okay, because if you can't jump in for $1 and take advantage of my entire month of coaching lessons, I can't help you any otherwise. Okay, good luck to you. Okay, if you don't want to jump in, good luck. I don't know what else to say. But for you guys who are brave enough and passionate enough to want to learn this stuff, I'll see you inside in about 2 seconds in my coaching program, Mastery. So without further ado, let's jump right into tonight's coaching video. Let's get started, guys. One thing that you will notice about young hot girls once you start to get really good at approaching is they will tend to look deep into your eyes to check for what I call congruence, okay? To make sure that you are the person who you are presenting yourself to be. And this is why a lot of times, a lot of students tend to make comments that I wear sunglasses a lot, which I do, especially out here in LA because the sun is constantly blaring down on us. So you have to wear sunglasses to protect your eyes. So a lot of times I wear sunglasses when I'm out. But when I am approaching a target, I do not keep my sunglasses on. I either put them up here on my head, or I hang them right here on my shirt, or I just put them away. Because the girl needs to see your eyes, okay? So when you approach a girl, very important, she needs to see your eyes. And she is going to look into your eyes. And if you've done enough approaches, you will become consciously aware of that these girls are looking you directly in your eyes, even as you approach them, okay? Even as you approach them and you open her and you're like, hey, real quick, I just saw you randomly. I thought you were cute. I wanted to meet you. I want to introduce myself. My name's Matt. Who are you? And she'll introduce herself. From that moment on, once she becomes consciously aware that you are picking her up, that you are interacting with her on a level that is more than just friends, she's going to start looking into your eyes, okay? It's so weird. It's almost wired into these girls, like an evolutionary wiring in them to biologically check your eyes for flinching, for any signs of incongruence, for any hint of nervousness or insecurity in you. She's going to be looking for that. And if you could just hold your eye contact with her and just have that rock solid eye contact, she will become attracted to you, okay? And even if she doesn't become attracted to you right then and there on the spot, she is not going to friend zone you, okay? She is going to be looking at you as a potential romantic dating partner and not some gay friend that she sticks in her friend zone. So she is going to be looking at you as somebody that she could be physical with, somebody she could be sexual with, but she wants to see more. She wants to make sure that you are this badass guy that you are presenting yourself to be. Especially when you're approaching these girls and you're in front of them face to face and you're conversing with them, she is going to be checking for that eye contact, even if you don't go direct, okay? So even if you don't communicate your attraction for her directly, like you would in a direct approach where you're like, hey, I saw you over there, I thought you were cute, I want to say hi, she would know what you're there for. She would know you're attracted to her, and then she would start checking your eyes right away, like, hey, let's see if this guy's for real. But if you go indirect and you're like, hey, do you know where the Starbucks is? And she'll be like, yeah, there's a Starbucks down that way. And you're like, wait, down that way? And as she's pointing, you'd be like, hey, that's a really cool ring. And she'd be like, oh yeah, I got it from Santa Monica, 3rd Street Promenade. Oh, really? So do you go to the Promenade a lot? Yeah, when I want to shop. And you could be like, wait, look at me. Oh, your eyes are green. I thought they were blue. She says, no, why did you think I had green eyes? I'm like, I don't know. They looked blue from here. And then you could kind of pause, and then she could kind of feel like, oh, wait, this is kind of going into the attraction phase, the romantic phase, where this guy is, I'm kind of feeling a sense from this guy that he might be attracted to me, and I don't know, maybe I'm attracted to him. And then from that point on, where she feels like, hey, this might go somewhere other than this guy asking for directions, when she feels that and she kind of starts to like your vibe, then she'll start looking into your eyes and she'll start checking to make sure. And if she sees that flinching, if she sees that dilating, if she sees you kind of look away, then she'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, the Starbucks that way, I gotta go, see ya, bye. You're out, okay? You're out. So it could be simple as, you just looking away for a split second and she sees that flinch and she's like, I don't think so. So you have to be very, very conscious that when you're approaching these girls, direct or not, once she feels this could potentially go, that your approach can potentially go in the direction of attraction and romance, that's when she's going to start looking into your eyes to make sure that, hey, before I go any further, this guy, I need to know if he's for real. Because with women, especially hot women, they categorize you very, very quickly. They want to, just because they get hit on so much, they don't have time to really give every single guy a chance to prove himself. So they have to go through this very, very express interview with you. And the express interview is checking for that rock solid eye contact, checking for that congruence. And if you don't have that congruence, if you flinch, if your eyes dilate, and she's like, no, this guy is not who he presented himself to be, he's beta, I'm not physically attracted to him, she's gonna shove you right in the friend zone. So with hot girls, there's basically the guys that they meet, they split into two categories: friends and boyfriends. Okay, so friends and boyfriends. Either you're gonna be friend or you're gonna be boyfriend. And guys who are friend material, I guarantee if you were to go into her friend zone and do a little interview, like a mental interview with all those guys and ask them like, what was their first meeting like? And they would tell you that, hey, this girl looked into my eyes when I looked away. She makes me nervous. I was intimidated. Oh, she's the hottest girl I've ever seen. That's why they're in the friend zone, because they've pedestalized her and they can't look at her and give her that rock solid eye contact. Where if you quiz her boyfriends, if you were to ask her boyfriends and interview them, like, what was your first meeting like? I guarantee it will be much different. Okay, they'll be like, yeah, she was just some cute girl, another cute girl that I've dated. They're not intimidated by her or her looks. They don't fall under her beautiful woman spell. They don't pedestalize her or put her on this pedestal. They don't do any of that. That's why they ended up being her boyfriend, becoming her boyfriend, getting physical and sexual with her, right? So you have to understand, it all comes back to having that rock solid eye contact with every single girl you approach, okay? Especially the hot girls. And I know if you're just starting out, it's a little bit hard, okay? It's not easy, a little bit hard. But you have to develop that skill to be able to look at your targets dead in her eyes, okay? Without flinching, without dilating, and without constantly looking away. You have to be able to look at her dead in her eyes, where she could check you for that congruence and be like, this guy's the boss, and yes, I want to get physical with him. Maybe not now, but in the future. I'm going to categorize him as boyfriend material. Let's see where this goes. Let's see how our dates go. And if you could hold that up, obviously she's going to end up getting physical with you, she's going to get sexual with you, and she's going to want to be with you. Having that rock solid eye contact, having that ability to look at hot girls dead in their eyes without flinching, without looking away, without getting intimidated, that's not a technique, guys. Okay, this should not be a technique. This should be a lifestyle. Okay, that's how you make sure that it's consistent. It's not something you flip on and off like a switch. That's how you walk up to these girls no matter where you are, no matter what time of day it is, no matter what time of night it is. That's how you walk up to these girls and you're able to give them that rock solid eye contact and you're able to approach them and attract them no matter what. Okay, you don't have to turn on the pickup artist switch. You don't have to do any of that. Or when your approach is done, turn off the pickup artist switch and go back to your normal personality. No. It's a lifestyle. Okay, so giving girls that rock solid eye contact and being that badass guy is a lifestyle. It needs to become who you actually are 24/7 in everyday life. That is how you're able to approach these girls. Again, no matter where you are, no matter what time of day it is, no matter what time of night it is, and still do a solid approach and work solid game on her and get her attracted to you no matter what. As I always teach my students, pick up is a lifestyle, okay? It's not a light switch that you turn on and off. It is a lifestyle, and you have to make it a part of your lifestyle. And the way you make it a part of your lifestyle is ingraining it into your personality, period. Hey, this is M, and I hope you enjoyed this special clip from my monthly coaching program, Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and find, meet, and attract young, beautiful women into your own life each and every month. And if you're not in my monthly coaching program right now, what can I say, guys? You need to get in my monthly coaching program. I mean, seriously, how much does it suck to constantly see these young, hot girls walk by you every single day and not be able to do anything about it? Feel powerless to be able to do anything about it because you don't know what to say. You don't know what to do when you see that young, hot girl walk by. You don't know how to go, boom, hey you, who are you? What's your name? Where are you going? I'm coming with you. You don't have the confidence to do it. You don't have the skill to do it because you've not yet had any pickup coaching, any dating knowledge instilled in you yet. How much does it suck to feel that powerless? Okay, I'm telling you, you don't have to feel that anymore. You can actually learn this stuff. And you know what? As I walk down these steps, I wish there was a monthly coaching program like this that I could have easily just jumped into before when I was first starting out in the game. A lot of you guys who are new to the game, you don't realize how good you've got it right now. You've got guys like me, one of the top 25 dating coaches in the world, one of the top 25 pickup instructors in the world, just sitting here willing to teach you all of my secrets that I've learned over the last 2 decades through thousands of approaches. Over 300 young, beautiful women that I've dated. All this knowledge that I'm willing to give you in my monthly coaching program. Where else can you get that? And the first month is only $1 for an entire first month of coaching lessons. Where else in the world can you get this kind of knowledge, this kind of training? I'll tell you where you can't get it. You can't get it in college. You can't get it in school. You can't get it from your parents, teachers, or society. They can't teach you this stuff. Why? Because they don't know it themselves. You have to go to somebody who has literally spent their entire adult life going out there and picking up young, hot girls. How many guys have actually done that successfully to the point where they can now turn around and teach other guys how to do it too? And believe me, I'm out in field all the time. I go out in Hollywood all the time. I'm constantly traveling. I'm constantly taking students out. So believe me, I'm out in venues all the time. And even as much as I'm out there in venues, I probably met only a handful of guys in my entire 2 decades of being a pickup coach, being a dating instructor. I've only met a handful of guys that I can honestly say, that guy is good. That guy knows what he's doing. And every single one of those guys has had some sort of training. Yeah, there's naturals out there that I come across every now and then, guys who are just good at pickup. But the thing with naturals, and I started out as a natural, I used to be a natural. The thing about naturals is they are lacking a conscious understanding of what they are doing right, okay, and also what they're doing wrong. They're lacking that conscious understanding of what they're doing right and wrong, where they can turn around and teach other guys how to do it too. Okay, so it's not enough to just be great at pickup, but you also must have a conscious understanding of what you're doing right in these approaches so you can turn around and teach other men how to do it too. And I have that. It's taken a while to develop that, okay? It's taken a lot of work. Again, if there was something like this, like a monthly coaching program that I could have just jumped right into 20 years ago, man, if you told me this thing was only $1 for the first month, I would have dropped everything just to get in the coaching program. That's why it blows me away how many of you guys are still out there alone, coming home to an empty apartment or an empty house or an empty room with nobody calling you, nobody texting you, nobody hitting you up other than maybe a few of your guy friends, even guy friends that you don't even want to talk to, but you're forced to because you're lonely otherwise, right? You guys are going home to this empty existence. There's no woman that you feel that passion for, no woman that you feel that attraction for. Even you guys who do have girlfriends, they're not the girls that you actually want in your life. They're just kind of these average looking girls. They might be kind of semi-cute that you met through your social circle, right? Your tiny social circle. How much does it suck having to settle for these 4s and 5s? These average looking unattractive girls because you don't think you can get the 9s and 10s. How much does it suck to not reach your full potential, knowing that you're worth more, but you're sitting here settling because You don't know any better. Well, what do you think I'm trying to get you into my monthly coaching program for? I'm trying to get you to the other side of the fence. I'm trying to get you to that red pill knowledge that's been kept from you your entire life. I'm trying to teach you things that nobody else has ever taught you since birth, that you need to learn, that you need to know, that I want you to know. Okay, I mean, the truth is, once you learn this stuff, once you learn even just a little bit of pickup and dating, you will realize that approaching a 9 or 10 is no different from approaching a 4 or 5. You might get more intimidated because of her looks, but it is no different. Let me tell you guys a little secret, okay? Out of the thousands of girls that I've approached them all. Approached thousands of 9s and 10s, and I've had students who've approached thousands of 4s and 5s thinking that they had to, that's what they had to settle for. And once I got them to the other side of the fence, they realized how stupid they were. They were kicking themselves for spending their entire lives approaching these 4s and 5s, these average looking girls. They were kicking themselves for thinking they had to settle for those girls when they realized it's no different from approaching a 9 or 10. When they actually realized that the 9s and 10s were actually nicer, cooler, friendlier, sweeter. Where the 4s and 5s, they realized afterwards that those girls tend to be the meanest. They tend to be the coldest, the most mean-spirited, the nastiest, okay? The ones that wanted to cut you down. Those aren't the 9s and 10s who are doing that in your set, okay? The 9s and 10s, you think they're gonna give you the hard rejection, but they're not. Most times, most 9s and 10s are pretty cool. They're pretty friendly, okay? They're pretty sweet. You will come to learn that once you start actually approaching these girls. The problem is, very few guys approach the 9s and 10s. Most of the guys out there are going after the 4s and 5s. The 6s, if that. Even come out to a venue with me, you'll laugh at how many of the 9s and 10s aren't really getting hit up. Guys are hitting up the 4s, 5s, and 6s because most guys out there don't believe in themselves. They think that's all they can get. They think that's all they're worth. And it's so sad. It's so pathetic to see that. Even guys who are much taller than me, much more jacked than me, have much more money than me, it's so sad to see these guys settle for these girls that are like 4s, 5s, and 6s while I'm blasting right by them and my students are blasting right by them and going for the 9s and 10s or sitting in the corner by themselves. Nobody is talking to them because they're too intimidating. And they don't realize the 9s and 10s are actually the nicest girls in the venue. They're the sweetest girls in the venue. They're the coolest girls in the venue. And we have to blast away that myth that the 4s and 5s are gonna treat you better, because they're not. Those girls are gonna treat you worse. And if you don't believe me, check out some of your friends on your Facebook that have married some of those 4s and 5s. How are those guys doing? Being married to that 5'2", 200-pound tyrant who is poison dripping them every day of their lives, making their lives miserable. Ask those guys, because the guys that I know that are married to the 9s and 10s are not living that kind of a life. They have a much different life. I mean, seriously, how much does it suck to actually be tall, jacked, good looking, and have money? How much does it suck to watch one of my students, say a 5'6" Indian guy, software engineer, who's out of shape, who's kind of pudgy, who doesn't work out, who eats like crap? How much does it suck to watch that guy just blast right by you and attract that dime piece that you could have got? How much does it suck to watch this guy who's, like I said, a 5'6" Indian guy, because I actually do have many students who are Indian guys, but I'm thinking of one student in particular. He's 5'6", kind of pudgy, brilliant software engineer, but nerdy, wears glasses. He walks right up to these 9s and 10s like, boom, who are you? What's your name? Like it's nothing. What's your name, girl? I'm Rajiv. And you see these girls like light up. They love it. They love it. And meanwhile, here's a tall jack guy with money who's like, oh, look at my Lamborghini keys, young lady, look. And it just ends up looking douchey and try hard. Even though this guy has money, he's tall, he's jacked, he can't duplicate my student Rajiv walking up going, hey, who are you? I'm Rajiv. And then the girl's like, oh my God, you're so hilarious, I love you. She's like hugging him and all this. It's so hilarious to see. And it's so sad to see the tall jack guy having to use his, expensive watch as bait to try to get the girl, because he has no pickup and dating knowledge, even though he's much taller, much better looking, and much more jack, and much more richer than my student Rajiv. Again, I'm just using Rajiv as an example. What's up, Rajiv, by the way? Guys, it doesn't have to be this way, okay? You don't have to live out this lonely, pathetic existence where you don't have any girls hitting you up. I mean, that really does suck. you know, and I know what it's like because a lot of my students are there. I've been there. I mean, it's a sucky feeling, guys. This is why I want to take you to the other side of the fence, okay? I want you to see what the other side of life is like, where your phone is ringing off the hook. You got hot girls texting you left and right, wanting to see you, wanting to go on dates with you, asking you what you're doing that night, asking if they can come over, watch a movie with you, asking if they could take you out to dinner. I mean, it's insane. You're missing out on such an epic lifestyle, it's not even funny. There's an epic lifestyle just waiting for you. But you have to learn this stuff. You have to learn what I'm willing to teach you. You have to learn pickup and dating. You have to. And I wish they taught this stuff in school, but they don't, guys. They don't. It's so sad because a lot of times I'll work from Starbucks just because I like to work from Starbucks, and I see all these students in there just studying their asses off like the world is gonna end tomorrow. They're studying their asses off on their little iMacs and their computers and their PowerBooks, and they're trying to get good grades when at the end of the day, it's really not even gonna matter, okay? And a lot of reason why they're studying so hard is because they're thinking that they're gonna get this great lifestyle for themselves. They're gonna be able to buy a house and get a nice wife and all this other stuff. Trust me, guys, if I could just walk onto a college campus and tell everyone, stop studying, you know, all you guys stop studying, start learning some pickup and dating, I would. Because this stuff is going to help you the most in life. As I've always taught my students, pickup is the #1 best form of self-development that you can ever possibly learn as a man. It is the #1 best form of self-development. And I am a self-development coach. Just go to my Alpha Male Secrets channel and I say the same thing on there. Like, the best form of self-development that I've ever learned out of the thousands of books I've read, the dozens of mentors I've had, the thing that's taught me the most, the thing I've learned the most from, the thing that's been the most invaluable, the most priceless, has been pickup and dating knowledge. I wouldn't trade the pickup and dating knowledge I have in my head for $10 million. And I say that with a completely straight face. I am not kidding when I say that. Okay, I would not trade it for $10 million, even $100 million. I don't think I would, at least, but definitely not 10 million. If you're not in my monthly coaching program right now, get in my monthly coaching program, guys. That's the only answer. You know, no more sales pitch. That's all I can tell you. You need to get in my monthly coaching program. 7 months of mastery. It's only $1 right now, and you want to do it while you still can, while you still have youth and energy, and while I'm still teaching this stuff. I'm not going to teach this stuff forever, guys. There's bigger, better things I want to move on to. I've met a lot of cool guys, a lot of entrepreneurs through teaching pickup and dating, and there's other ideas and other ventures that I'd like to move on to, because I feel like I've conquered everything I need to conquer when it comes to pickup and dating, and I've got enough young hot girls hitting me up for the next 10 lifetimes. So let's do this together. I'm your teacher, you are my student. Let me teach you. Okay, let me teach you what I know. Let me teach you what I've learned through 2 decades of pickup and thousands of approaches and dating over 300 young, beautiful women. Let me teach you the secrets that I've learned. Okay, let's do this. Let's do it together. Let's start this right now. Let's start a brand new future for you. Let's change the course of your destiny. Let's get you that girl you've been waiting for. Let's get you that hot girl you've been waiting for, that girl who's cool, that's nice, that's sweet, that's gonna love you, that you're gonna be able to love back and develop a relationship with, and much, much more. Let's get you that girl. Let me teach you what I know. I promise you're not gonna regret it. And it is going to empower you. It's going to make you feel 1,000 times more passionate about life. But I need you to take the first step. I need you to take the first step with me. I will teach if you want to learn.